Fine, with this topology, like a 6, 7, 8 autonomous system here, we are going to see how to manipulate the BGP attribute and have the desired path selection. Sometime I'll be using autonomous system 45 as our autonomous system to test the attributes in getting what we want in path selection. Sometime I may also use some other autonomous systems to test few other attributes. Our goal is to learn the attributes. Our goal is to understand which attribute fits where. So depending on the requirement, the attributes will change. Yes.
In 6, 7, 8, can we have autonomous system part of AS45?
Come again.
We have AS45 here, right? 4 and 5.
Yes.
We have 6, 7, 8 routers with 6, 7, 8.
Mm-hmm.
Can we have one router like 6 part of the same AS45?
Why is that?
Just to see the difference.
Okay, let.
Coming from same AS across the.
I don't understand. It means you want me to change this as 45, right?
Yeah.
This is 45. Then it becomes IBGP. Why it is difficult? Okay, fine. I'll do that. Then this is not needed. This is not needed. This is going to be 10.64. This will be like this. Coming here. This is what you want, right? Okay. All right. Considerably done. Now, we got like again 3, 6, 7 at the 7 autonomous system. 66 is read out, taken out. Auto 6 has become part of autonomous system 45. First of all, I'm planning to finish this IGP, which is needed for 6, 4, and 5 to know each other. This network 6.6.11, 6.6.22, 21, 31, and 41 of 6.6 network is providing some sort of public service. So people from outside would like to access these networks from outside, from autonomous system 77, from autonomous system 99 and 88. Likewise,
AS45 as enterprise, and the rest of them all are ISP.
see, if you want to consider as enterprises, you can consider 9 and 8 and 7 as enterprises. For 7, 8, there is an upstream ISP which is 45. For 99, there is an upstream ISP. 99 is connected to 3 ISPs, 1, 2, and 3. So the middle autonomous system, if you see 45, it's a transit for 77 and 88. So you may have some policy. This autonomous system 45 has got some policy. See, autonomous system 45 has got 3 upstream ISPs and routes coming from 2 big customers down 7 and 8. Router 1, which may be one ISP, 2 is another ISP, 3 is another ISP for autonomous system 45. 45 itself is an ISP, but there's an ISPs of ISPs, which is 1, 2, and 3. So you will have some policy like router 4 should use router 3, not router 1 or 2, something like that. If any traffic comes to router 5, which wants to go to the destination 9.9, you may have a policy like it should leave via router 4. It should use router 1 as the gateway, not router 3 or router 2. So we are going to assume such scenarios and we are going to see how to achieve them. As I said, we're going to start from router 6. We'll finish our IGP between 6, 4 and 5. And then we'll focus on BGP. Using Notepad is always best. I'm adding another loopback which is not there in the list. On all interface, loopback 0 will be matching with the router name. For example, for router 6, it will be 6.6.6.6. Mask will be, it's okay, 32. And those loopback 0 interface IP address will be used only for peering. The other loopbacks are going to be advertised. And this is 3/0. Alright, so I'm not going to run BGP on this router. There is no necessity in running BGP here. I'm not going to run. Then how will I advertise this 66.6 networks to outside world? I'll advertise it from router 4 or router 5. I can use any one of this router. Even though the actual originator is router 6, because I'm advertising this 6.6 network via OSPF to router 4 and router 5. The routes are going to be there in the routing table of router 4 and router 5. So I can use any one of this router to advertise to the outside world using BGP. It is not mandatory that I should run BGP on router 6 to advertise this. You understood? Please ask me a question if you didn't understand. Yeah. The 6.6 network is on router 6 and I want to advertise this network to outside world, meaning I want router 8 to ping these loopbacks.
Yeah.
But
We have OSPF, they can run by R4, and R4 can advertise those routes.
correct.
R8.
Correct. Correct. So just for advertising this network, there is no need for running BGP in R6. That's what I want to say. BGP is a heavy protocol. We need to avoid running it on all routers. Wherever it is really necessary, we should have. Fine, I have advertised in OSPF so that I no need BGP there. If I don't do this in OSPF, then I have to run BGP on R6. Right, I don't want BGP here, so only OSPF already running. If you type show IP OSPF interface brief, you will see that. Now moving on to the next router. I'll do it in another notepad. This is for router 4. They don't have much loopback, so I'm using another notepad. Only one loopback. Hmm.
This, between
Yeah, I'm going to remove that OSPF. I'm going to remove the OSPF. Yes, it's a mistake. This goes on router 4. Alright, I'm expecting OSPF neighborship between 6 and 4. Show IP OSPF neighbor. This is the mistake I have done on router 6. router 6. Okay, the neighbor has come. Let us go to router 5. Router 5. 5. This will be 85. 5. Sorry. Yeah, correct. 5, and there is no need for SPF. And G4/0 will be 25. Again, there is no need for SPF. F00 will be 10.45.0.0.5. And there is another interface, G5/0, which is 35.5. Alright, let us now copy this and paste. Why is this 14 here? Okay. On 5. So we should be pinging 6.6.6.6 from source loopback 0. Why? Show IP interface brief. Show IP OSPF interface brief. Oh. Interface loopback 0, IP OSPF 1 area 0. This is missing. Now let us ping. It is pinging. So IGP is ready. Now let us form IBGP between 4 and 5 using loopback. Router BGP 45. Neighbor is neighbor 4.4.4.4 update source loopback 0. Neighbor 4.4.4.4 next hop self. Why? If you don't give this, then address cannot be reached from router 4. That's why. So we should say this. Yeah. The BGP peer address into usually they carry the advertising peer address in BGP as a next hop in order to overwrite it with its own address. So there is no network advertisement I'm planning from here. As you said earlier, we will advertise the 6.6 networks from router 4. So here, nothing more. I close this. We'll come to eBGP part later. We are doing only IBGP. I'm going to R4 now. Router BGP 45. Neighbor is remote ASS. Neighbor. Update source loopback 0. Neighbor. Next up self. Right. Do show IP OSPF interface brief. Here also the loopback is not running OSPF. Loopback of R4 is not running OSPF. That's why I'm not able to find any neighbor. Let's run OSPF. Now you will see neighbor coming up. All right, but so far no advertisements. Show IP BGP filer 5 advertised routes. Nothing advertised. And we also don't have any routes learned from BGP. By BGP, so far nothing is advertised anywhere. On R4, if you see, I have some routes in the routing table, show IP route OSPF. These routes I'm going to advertise in BGP. So when I advertise this in R4, will R5 learn it? It will not learn in the routing table, but it will be there in the BGP table. And
They are part of OSPF domain, right? So R4 should know this. Oh, sorry, they are
R4
part of.
R4 will know this. R5 will also know this, as you said, correct. R5 will also know this, but R5 will not use it in the routing table. That's what I mean. Why? Administrative distance of ABGP is 200. OSPF is 110.
Yeah, they won't be seen in BGP routing table, but they will be seen in routing table.
Yeah, they will be seen in BGP table, which is forwarding table, but it will not be seen in the routing table. In BGP table, see router 5 show IP route OSPF. You still have those routes. Okay. Now show IP BGP table will be learning these networks if I advertise it in R4.
To show IP route, learn right secure.port in the routing table.
Okay.
It will not learn in the routing table.
You will not learn from BGP. See,
Because from OSPF they learn.
yeah,
ID is
yeah. So you will be learning here in show IP BGP table. In BGP table, you will be learning those routes when I advertise it on R4 under BGP.
in R4 redistribute.
No, advertise. Okay, whether you redistribute or advertise, uh, you will see the route here. Both the way you can do. I'm going to advertise it. I like advertisement and redistribution. I'm going to advertise. Why? Why I want to advertise? Because the route is already there in the routing table. I can simply advertise. So I'll go to router 4 and say router BGP 45 aggregate. I'm advertising in a summarized form. I do not want to advertise in detail. Aggregate root 6.6.0.0 mask 255.255.0.0. All right, so that's it. Summary only. So I have aggregated it and I have said you should advertise only the summary route. Let us go to router 5 and see show IPBGP, show IPBGP summary. I've not learned any prefixes. Now I need to say network 6.6.0.0 mask 255. Will this work? I have said aggregate, but I don't have that aggregated route in the routing table. So BGP will not do that. Show IP BGP summary. Show IP BGP neighbor. Fighter 5. Show IP BGP. Nothing. Okay, so I'll do the aggregation later. First, let me advertise it. Okay, anyway, the aggregation command I'm not going to remove. This advertisement I'm going to alter. This is not the way, because there is no route in the routing table mask. It's the 16. So it won't work. If you want this to work, it is still possible, but for that I need to write one static route. I don't want to make things complicated. I just want to show you that I'm using OSPF route, not the static route. So I'll advertise 1.1. Mask is 255.255.255.0. It's because I put one here. And then 2, 3, and 4. Now you will see that aggregation works. See? Show IPBGP. Okay, some time. It is taking some time. Show IPBGP. Show run section router BGP. What I have said, I have said that you need to advertise these networks. And I said aggregate those networks and advertise only the summary. Okay. Show IPBGP summary. No. Router BGP 45. Let me remove this. Show IPBGP. Why it's not taking those routes and advertising? I think I'm making some mistake. I'm not matching with the mask properly. Show IP route OSPF. The mask is /32. Oh no. How is that 30? Okay. You know, it is 32. You know why? OSPF is smart. When you advertise with 24 on loopback, OSPF will make it as 32. You can see that in R6 I did not give 32 mask. Show IP route, you can see /24. But OSPF will make it as 32 while advertising the loopbacks. That is the nature of OSPF. So there is also a command to say not to do that, but I'm not going to get into those things. I'll simply go to BGP and change those. cancel this, and I will put 32. This is learning, good learning. Okay, now we will see show IP BGP, these networks. And now when I ask the advertised routes, you can see it advertises all 4 routes, which I do not like. I want to advertise the aggregated route. So I'll go to BGP once again, and I'll put the aggregate line again. That's OSPF metric. It is copying. It is copying OSPF metric. When you take OSPF route and give to BGP, that is what it will do. Now you see I have said aggregate. Now let us see what it is doing. And I have also said aggregate summary only. You see it is advertising only the aggregate route. And aggregation is done locally on R4. That's why there is no metric for it. When you simply take OSPF route and give, OSPF what it does is for loopback cost is 1 and for this physical interface cost is 1. So when I type show IP route OSPF 6.6.1.1, you can see the cost as 1. The cost is 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. The physical interface plus the loopback is 2. This gets copied into BGP table. That is what you saw earlier. Now when I type show IP BGP, you don't see the cost for this because it's an aggregation of all the below. And you see these are all suspended because I said you should advertise only summary. They're not advertised. If you don't put the word summary only, it will advertise all including the summary route. Got it? Let me show you. On R5, show IP BGP. You see you got only the summary now. And you will see this even in the routing table. Show IP route BGP. You'll see that. But when I go and say I remove the summary only command. I simply say aggregate. You see, it advertises all the detailed routes. Clear IP BGP star soft. And the summary is not available. Even though I said summary aggregate, it's not showing. Show IP BGP advertise routes. It is advertising with summary all this. Now on R5 you should see all of them. Your mic is mute. You see, all of them are learned, but R5 cannot use this because of RIB failure, routing information base administrative distance. Show IP BGP RIB failure. You see, all these are failure because high administrative distance. I think we should stop here because you're getting late. Is it?
Sorry.